La la la, hey, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to Daytime here on Rogers TV. Well, this conversation on our Money Monday with Judith Cane is going to be really, really important because there's an article in the Globe and Mail today that says, as the economy tanks, scams thrive. And the economy is tanking and the scams are up. We're talking about identity theft and fraud with Judith Cane. It's wonderful to see you, Judith. And this is a really great, I mean, you had suggested this to be our next topic, and this is a coincidence, actually. Well, sometimes not coincidence, right? That it's in the paper on the same day. Yeah. Let's talk about identity fraud in general terms, first of all. What is it exactly?
Well, it starts with identity theft. Right. The first thing that happens is somebody steals your information, whether it's through theft of documents, you've lost your wallet, or they've done dumpster diving in your garbage and pulled out documents that you've thrown out, or they've actually stolen it from your mailbox, or you've passed information on to someone and they've taken it and fraudulently done something with it. Identity fraud is when they take that information and actually do something with it, whether it's open a credit card account, a line of credit, assume your identity in terms of working, using your social insurance number, you know, paying tax as if they were you, or not paying tax in some cases. So that's the fraudulent part of it.
How do you, when somebody's stolen your identity and you find out about it, talk about how do you get out of it? How do you fix the situation?
Yeah, it depends on how deep the fraud is. If the person has actually assumed your identity, in other words, they've now become Judith Cane and they're working and paying taxes and they've got credit cards and a mortgage and a line of credit, they've actually assumed your identity, it could take years to get out of that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Can I back
those
it
are
up?
Extreme cases, though.
I was just going to say, can I back it up a little bit, because you mentioned a lot of different ways that people can do this, okay?
Right.
But explain to me how it can go from taking something out of the garbage and actually end up using your social insurance number or getting a credit card with your name on it.
I guess, you know, one of the examples is when a credit card company sends you an invitation to apply for their credit card, and they have some of the information already on there. So if somebody finds that, then they just fill out what they need to fill out. And finding information about people is sometimes, you know, on Facebook, one of the things people do is put their date of birth.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they put their full date of birth. So they might put January 7th, 1939 on the Facebook. Well, instantly someone now has a date of birth. If they find a credit card application, now they have the date of birth. Now it's just a matter of finding out the social insurance number. And they just have to keep watching your garbage, and you'll throw out a statement that has some kind of tax information.
Scary.
It's very scary.
So it's not as simple as, you know, we all get these credit card things that come in the mail constantly, and I think for most people they recycle it. They just grab the envelope and throw it in their recycling.
And you don't have to shred the whole thing. Just shred any information that has anything that has your information on it. The other thing is, when somebody calls you and says, "Hi, I'm calling from such and such bank or such and such credit card, you know, we have an offer for you of life insurance or some kind of additional thing." Sometimes they will ask you for more information. If you decide that you want to go ahead with it, you're giving your information to someone you have no idea who it is. They may say they're from the credit card company or the bank company, but you really don't know. You should never give your information to an unsolicited phone caller.
So let's get into more specifics then, because these are leading into prevention, right? So shredding is one. What type of document should be shredding? Phone call, making sure you don't give it out. Can you be a little bit more specific?
Don't carry everything in your wallet. That's another biggie. And certainly don't put your key, your PIN number, or whatever it is at the same place that you have your...
Right.
Mm-hmm, right. And the same place that you have your credit card or your bank card. And don't carry everything. Don't carry your social insurance card. Don't carry your health card. Don't carry your birth certificate, your passport. Don't carry any of that with you because you don't need it on a daily basis.
That's so true.
Put it somewhere in if you looked in your wallet now, what would I find? I'd find your driver's license. I'd probably find maybe a pay stub. Some people carry pay stubs, and guess what's on the pay stub? Usually your date of birth and your SIN number.
Right.
So don't carry those with you. Mm-hmm. Really, if you need a bank card, just carry that with you and try and remember your PIN number so you don't have to carry that with you.
I want to talk about something you mentioned during the break too. Is one of your tips was let's go back to using cash.
Mm-hmm. That's right. The less that you have your credit card and your bank card out there, passing that information to people, the less opportunity people have to fraudulently take your identification. Now, 9 times out of 10 when you're going to a retailer and giving your credit card or giving your bank card, everything is fine.
Right.
But you don't know who's not using them properly. So the more times you can use cash, the better it is. The other thing is keep really low limits on your credit cards. Mm-hmm. So keep $500 on your credit card limit. You don't need to be doing a spur-of-the-moment purchase of over $500. Anything over that, you should be having a conscious decision about buying something. And you can either, if you don't have the money, you shouldn't buy it. But if you have to buy it, then put it on your line of credit. Don't put it on your credit card, or don't use
Why
your bank
is the line
card.
of credit better than the credit card?
Well, because it's you have to write a check, or you can get the cash out and pay cash. It's not you don't have a lot of limit on your credit card. If you have a $10,000 or $15,000 and they just keep raising it, $15,000, $20,000 on your credit card, it makes it very easy for someone to go out on a spree.
What should people do if they're suspecting that maybe they're in the situation, or they've been throwing stuff out, not realizing that they should be shredding all of their documents, even if they're unsure, right? Shred everything. Just quickly, what's the first thing that they should do?
They should contact Phone Busters, which is it's an organization of all the police departments, the OPP, the RCMP, and local police departments that fund this organization called Phone Busters. And if you contact them, they give you a fraud statement, and it'll tell you exactly what you have to do. You need to contact the credit bureaus.
Right.
Okay. Put a fraud alert on your account. You need to contact your banks,
but they
your
can
credit card. They help you with all of that stuff, and they want you to call them because they're keeping statistics.
Okay.
If they can see a pattern, the easier it is to catch these people.
Catch somebody that might be doing it to someone else. Judith, thank you very much. As always, so informative.
Yeah, great topic.
We always learn a lot. Make sure that you check. Shred everything. Don't. If you're unsure, shred it all. Don't give any information out over the phone. Hey, when we come back, it's time.
Mamma Maria.
Mamma Maria from Johnny Farina's in the kitchen. We can't wait. Don't go anywhere.